Great, now the garbage truck is out here making noise. This is not a good day to make this video. Sorry if throughout the video you hear my upstairs neighbor. My walls are really thin and they are loud as hell. I just want to make it clear that I do not represent the whole trans community. I am one person and this is my experience. So yeah, here it goes. I was always confused. Literally my pronouns changed from she, her to she, they, to they, them, to he, they, to finally he, him, as where I am now. And I don't want to make this a long video, so I'm just gonna leave out all the gruesome details and get straight to it. I've always repressed everything that has to do with my sexuality and gender identity, and it wasn't until after high school, when I was in college and I had a job, when I finally just let go and said, you know what, obviously there's something wrong, and I just really dived into it. So the job I was at the time, I was working for Home Goods, and the managers would always say like good girl and sweet cheeks and stuff like that, and I realized that she, her pronouns really bothered me. So I said to myself, I'm probably not cis just because she, her pronouns bothered me, and there was other things, but that was one of the big things. So I did research about all the gender identities, and when I found out about trans, it was even before my research, but when I did find out the word transgender, I didn't think anything of it. It's not like the sky opened up and an angel came down to save my soul. I was just more like, okay, you know, more power to them, they're trans, cool. You know, I would never have thought that I would be trans myself. Looking back, I feel invalid just because I looked at the word, I, educated myself about it, and a light bulb did not switch on in my brain, and I didn't go like, oh my gosh, I'm trans. And but over time I realized that this is my journey and I'm just as trans as any other trans person. So I was snooping around the genders and I was like, maybe I'm bigender. So because I felt not completely a female, but not, I don't know. So I was always a tomboy, and I thought maybe I'm bigender just because I feel more like a boy and a girl, just because I grew up with gender roles not really pushing down my throat, because my mom, my mom let me be a tomboy, even though she was like, maybe you should wear makeup, maybe you should, dress more feminine, because boys will like you if you're pretty and not like tomboyish. And I'm like, okay, I guess. So that's kind of what I did. I never even had my own wardrobe per se. Whenever we went shopping, I went shopping with my mom, and I let her pick out all my clothes, and all my wardrobe was pretty much just her picking stuff out, and she's like, do you like this? I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. So that was my wardrobe. I never actually went in there and actually picked out stuff for myself until later on in my life. And I never really loved makeup, but in high school I thought that's just what I had to do. So I started dressing kind of more feminine, like dainty clothes, and put makeup on, like just a little bit of makeup, just because I thought I had to look pretty, I had to look presentable, I had to look like a girl. If only I knew back then that I didn't have to do that. So after my research and everything, I felt comfortable that there were more than two genders, and I didn't have to be a girl. I didn't have to just grow up fitting into what society thinks what a girl should be. So with that, while I was feeling out with bigender, felt like I realized that I really loved being boyish, and I just really love the fact that I can be a boy. So I dressed more masculine, and my hair was already short back then. because I cut it, I think last year, I think so, I forgot. But anyways, I started using she, they pronouns because I was just confused, and I still thought that I had to be a girl, but then I didn't really have to be, so I was like she, they. And after a while, I just wasn't comfortable with she, her pronouns at all. Like, they just really bothered me, and I finally just said, you know, I'm just gonna go with they, them pronouns, and it kind of fit me for a little bit. My friends, all my friends were just really accepting and really helpful throughout my whole entire journey. They literally just made me feel valid, and I'm really thankful for them. So there was a confusing time between when I was bigender and when I realized I was trans. Like, it was just a really confusing time. That's when I was they, them. And I remember I explained how I felt about my gender to my online best friend, Kaylee. I love her so much. Like, so after I explained myself and everything, she's like, "Are you trans?" And I completely just shut it down. I was like, nope, I'm not. As if I was afraid to be trans. I was afraid to accept myself. I just thought being trans was a scary thing, and I didn't know why. And I just said, nope, I'm bigender, point blank. Even though I was really confused at the time. So after that, I made myself a list of reasons why I think I am trans and reasons why I think I'm not trans. And if you want me to read that list and get more into detail with that, then let me know and I'll do that video. But I just don't want this video to be really long. That list actually was one of the elements that helped me realize that I was trans. I started to do more research about what transgender really was, what it really meant to be transgender, and I started looking up YouTube videos like how do I know if I'm trans? Like, am I just making this up? Like, what is happening to me? And so I came across this one video called Silent Tea, and it is a poem about what trans is like. It's like trans rights and stuff. It explains. It's a poem. And I'll put the link in the description because it really helped me out. Like, I remember when I first watched it, I cried and like I got shook down to the bone. I was literally shook. And I just watched it over and over again. I cried and I was like, oh my god. Like, literally something hit me in the head and said, dude, you are trans. And I was like, oh my god, I am trans. Like, what? I related to literally everything in that video, and that was this thing that switched on in my head. I was like, wow, I'm trans. So I remember this one line specifically, and I'll recite it to you because I memorized the whole entire video. That's how much it meant to me. So anyways, the line is, people always said I'd grow out of this phase of not being feminine, but I look back on those days and see that I have always been male. And I remember, like, when I watched that specifically, I literally got shivers throughout my whole entire body, and I just... So after that, I changed my pronouns to he, they, and because I was still kind of like, am I really trans? Even though I had the epiphany, I was still afraid. Even back then, I was still afraid to admit that I was trans, so I was just like he, they. But over time, I grew comfortable with it, and I now have pride. I'm very proud to be transgender, and now my pronouns are he, they. I mean, my pronouns are he, him. Over time, I just gave myself the confidence to say that I'm transgender, and that's okay. So if you're thinking like, I don't feel valid because I didn't realize I was trans at a younger age, like until when I was 4 or when I was like 14, trust me, I am on the same boat as you, because I did not realize I was trans until the ripe age of 18. And to this day, I still really struggle with if I'm trans enough. But I just have to constantly remind myself I am trans enough, I am enough. And because it is my own experience, it's my own journey, and everybody is different. If you're afraid of being trans, then it's okay. I don't know if I'm the only one that was afraid to be trans. I look up YouTube videos, and I don't think I came across one that someone was afraid to be trans. I don't know, so hopefully I'm not alone, because I still struggle to this day, just to accept myself. I'm getting way better, and I have lots of pride now. I mean, I have a pride flag on my window, like a huge pride flag, and I'm just like, you know, trans pride, you know? So it's a big process. So I'm guessing there's going to be more videos about this, because I'm just not done talking about this topic. Just because this was just a rundown video of how I thought I wasn't trans, and then I realized I was. So I hope this video helped, and if it did, then good. I did something right. And if you had a similar experience, then let me know in the comments so we can mingle. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.